Hello Ordinary Gamers to our new series, Hacked, the show where we take a look at your favorite video games and uncover the side that most developers pray, and I mean pray, you don't get to see. Now due to this channel's affinity with Pokemon, seriously, we do it all the time within a new series, we decided to take a look at the classic titles, notably Red, Blue, and by extension Green. Now these titles, released from 1996 to 1999, spawned what may arguably be the biggest franchise in gaming, selling millions of copies and entrenching itself in mobile gaming. Now where the new titles are relatively bug-free, well, for the most part, the first titles were definitely something. They had the most memorable glitches, spawning countless memes on the internet. Missing no anyone? But even that isn't the biggest glitch in the title. For starters, all it really is number 0 on the Pokédex, and most of us know how to get this guy, but for those who don't, here's a little refresher. Number 1, make sure your name is Ash. Now, this isn't almost necessary, but you might want to put this name instead of anything else, just to capture easiest. Since the name has to have a certain grouping of letters, and Ash, being the default name really in the programming, makes this glitch easiest to perform with this name. After that, you talk to the old man in Viridian, watch the demo, and after watching the demo and learning how to capture Pokemon as if you didn't know already, immediately fly to Cinnabar as your next option. Then surf out east to the coast of Seafoam Islands and make sure to bring a repel, and finally, you should at one point encounter Missing No, and you might even encounter M. That works wonders too, but that'll be focused on later in this video. Missing No has the wonderful features to completely destroy your save files. It won't delete it, but it will render it unplayable by glitching the Pokemon items and arrays and party lists and heck, the Hall of Game statistics to eventually force players to start a new game. It doesn't completely destroy the cartridge or anything, it just ruins the save data. Now this Pokemon, I use in the loosest term, can infect, but to alleviate its problems, you again simply have to release the Pokemon. Though, if too much time is spent with this Pokemon, it could cause irreversible damage once again to the save file, and combination of changes to the memories and player actions do add to this. You'll eventually have to face the restart of your Pokemon world. It's like a virus slowly destroying your Pokemon, world, Kanto and whatnot, but back then, it was also a trophy to showcase to all your friends. Now once again, that's not the only glitch with the game. You know the old man that we just met? Well, we can even steal his identity. See, by using a force encounter code, we can actually force the old man to face a trainer in his demonstration, because remember, it's just treated as an encounter in the game, but if you force a certain encounter, then that's what the game is going to give out, right? And all the old guy knows how to do is throw a Pokeball. I know, don't make fun of him. So forcing him into a battle will at first put you into a loop, just throwing a ball over and over again. Then the Safari Zone will upgrade its PA system to reach Viridian City, and the next thing you know, you're the old man. Because the battle ended so abruptly, the game never copied your info back to your player, since at first to do this demo, you take on the old man's identity. This is to bypass system limitations and parameters with the programming. The game actually puts your name and all your data into the unused area of the memory, and then injects your name and everything with the old man's information. So if ended like this, you become the old man. You're not even your Pokemon's original trainer, and even your mother can't recognize you. You essentially become the old man. Now after this, you will come across the ZZAZZ glitch. Well, not really, but I'll get to it. It's known like this because it's a glitch that inputs itself directly into your save file. See, the Missing No one might have been bad, but this one goes right in, and can only come across with a Game Shark. So if you're using that, you're going to come across this, maybe, if you're not careful with what you're doing. Now, doing the Ditto bug, where you encounter a Ditto with a special stat of 251, 252, 254, 255, you can then defeat it, and then you'll encounter a trainer right after. This is going to happen, and if you thought Missing No was bad, oh boy, this is going to completely mess up your saves, because unlike Missing No, Zaz is a combination of glitches, the Zalgo of all early-gen Pokemon glitches, if you say, that come together, and with that comes a glitch so bad that it injects right into your saves, rendering them completely unusable. So remember, Game Shark with caution. It's called Zaz because of the hex value associated, by the way. 99 in the game's levels will correspond to reflect that, and Pokemons will become Bulbasaurs and everything, because it's using basically the last digit of the hexadecimal values. Everything will reflect Zaz, essentially. Everything will become it. Even you. But you want to know something even worse? Well, let's take a look at the Japanese side of Pokemon. And look at Pokemon Green, you'll be greeted with Dokokashira Door. And this can be the abomination. To perform the glitch, the player must have Oak's Parcel. Now, this should be one of 2 items, and that's the key. You don't have to necessarily have Oak's Parcel, but at that point you should have 2 items. Now here, you want to open the bag, press select on Oak's Parcel, hit cancel twice, and the cursor should stay white and the wild battle should then initiate later on. The player should open the Pokemon menu and press A on the first Pokemon, swap it with M, and flee the battle. Then you want to head to your rival's front door, walk about 81 to 84 steps, and land the final step, remember calculate it, through the door, and if done you should teleport near Route 7, and from then on you can head to Celadon, and this will allow you to get to the Hall of Fame really early. Very popular among Pokemon speedrunners, by the way, obvious reasons. But this opens a portal, you see, because with certain steps you can change the game's memory differently so that when you go through the door you could teleport anywhere. So again, this door is a portal. It could go anywhere. If you take the proper number of steps, you could end up anywhere because remember, it's a portal. So you could be in one of the cities or, well, end up somewhere totally where you don't want to be. Let's just leave it at that. But you know what? It's all up for you to decide. You know how to do it? Go check it out. Now, if you want to try an easy one, and we'll go do this, it's called EC. Now the way Pokemon stores its data is through hexadecimal values, once we stated earlier, so it goes up to about 256 open slots. Now remember, 151 are actual Pokemons, the originals. The rest can be missing nodes, which there are about 40 different missing nodes, and the rest is where trainer data gets stored. And this is also used to save memory as well too, so if you go into your Game Sharks and enter the code 01ECD8CF, you could eventually fight Lieutenant Surge in a wild encounter. Now, that may not be bad enough until he goes out to release his Pokemon, simply known as EC in the game's hexadecimal memory storage. With no identity, this thing will fill the screen with 9s and completely destroy the game, and provided your game doesn't even crash on the sight of this Pokemon, trust me, it could crash on sight, you'll be greeted to this. Trust me, enjoy indeed. Now this one makes the others look a tad benign, and it's simply known as Charizard M. This guy occupies hexadecimal slot FF. Being the last, it definitely isn't the least. This is what Pokemon creepypastas are made of, ladies and gentlemen. If you force an encounter with FF, if you happen to have such a death wish, you first see the demon unleashing. Then, if you catch it, you have Charizard M. Now, here's the fun thing. You're not going to even see it in your party because all it's a blank space. It's just blank. And the reason it's like that is because the game reads it as a stop command. And as you can guess, when you move that stop command to the top of your list, everything dies. Put it in a box, everything's gone. Leave it alone, and it'll turn every single Pokemon in the game that you catch eventually into Charizard M, truly leaving this game completely and utterly destroyed. Until you start a new file, of course. Now that's all for this pilot episode of Hacked. In the future episodes, they're going to be longer, trust me on that one. And cover different games, obviously. We may return to Pokemon soon, but I think I can foresee what the next games may be. That being said, if you like Hack, let us know in the comments below, and please share some glitches and hacks you know, and some games you want us to cover. That being said, this is me, Mutahar, and if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Look out for more sock files incoming very soon. It's a Pokemon one, but there are other ones done in the work. Fallout. And obviously the creepypastas here and there. But for now, this is me, Mutahar, and I am out.